Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Lance Scurv. I'm going to set up my mic. Today, I'm going through my phone and I'm relaxing out on one of the balconies here. And I want to talk really in a laid back manner. This is not something we're going to come out swinging. This is more introspective and in a deep, thought provoking way. It's a very, very relaxing day out here. And when I do have someone come in, I want to get a sound check, but allow me to, okay, set something up here. Okay, we got that going. So let me check in the comment section and see if we can get a check on the sound. Master Glam, number one, Sharina Lofton, how are you, sweet D? This is going to be a different vibe. This is not really something where, because we're going to have more shows later on, and I had found myself with a little idle time, and I said, well, let me just come out here and relax. And I can't even say put more work in because it's not like it's work. You know, when you plan your stuff and you execute it and you live your life a certain way, it's easy to do so. It's like a boxer in a training camp. If he's up in the mountains in a training camp and he has all of his equipment around, his boxing ring, his heavy bag, his weights, lots of mountains to run up and down, a cook there that's cooking for him. So it's not hard to do what you do every single day. But if you're distracted and you're into going to the nightclubs and staying up real late and all of that crazy stuff, which can be fun, I'm not against it, but that's going to pull you away from being able to live a Spartan life that really helps to bring all your energies where it counts. So, you know, earlier today, and this is not going to be a super duper long one, I'll just vibe with everybody who's here. Thank you for the feedback on the audio. You know, it's very, very important. Now, it doesn't sound the same way when I'm sitting in front of the mic with all the computers because I'm outside right now. But this is not a bad second option. Gives me a little more freedom to sit outside if I want and enjoy, what I'm enjoying right now. All I can see now is the walls around this balcony, because this is the one that you don't see that much. It's really high. It's on to the other side of the house, and all I can see is sky and part of the house. So I can't tell you the exact stage of dress or undress that I'm in now, but you can figure it out. But it's a very relaxing way to be. So, we're living in a world right now where this world is positioned in a way that we're seeing things that we never saw before as far as the potential for destruction. And this is not a doom and gloom thing, really and truly. This is really a back off and sniff the roses and enjoy every day and not let fear get into your head. Because like we've discussed before with many guests over the years, that these evil entities of the world, they feed on fear. They feast on your fear and frustration. They don't really want a world of peace and balance. They want you confused. They want you disrupted. They want you fearful. They want you aggravated. They want you to be unsettled. And when they see you overall, and this is a spirit, right? Whether it's en masse for the whole world or just in your own personal life, this is a spirit that monitors you and sees the joy and peace in your life. And it wants to bring you into that confusion, that self-doubt, and take you off of your righteous trajectory to make a better world for yourself, make a better life for yourself. Because I can say 100% of the time that we, okay, I'm having an ad here on my Facebook. We're not looking for those kind of ads, and I have to get rid of you. Do not come back with that foolishness. I'm not looking to join any Illuminati. As soon as I start talking about this, we invite you to join the World Illuminati Fraternity Most Rich and Famous Club. Are you a pastor, artist, politician, actress, doctor, businessman looking for fame, power, and protection? Contact now. Supreme Master, and here's the number. Oh, and this is out here in this phone number is out here in Ghana. Isn't that something? No. Get away from me with that shit. This is the very thing I'm talking about. I am not looking to, first of all, you see how it is now. This is good. Let me put this across the screen. Anyway, I blocked them. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. Okay, there it is. There it is. Just as soon as we start the show. Do you see what I have to deal with? I mean, lots of people have to deal with this stuff, right? But I mean, I'm not saying I'm some influential guy, but people see the movement of a platform and where you're going with it. Like, it doesn't mean I have a billion subscribers or whatever, but they see you're on a certain path and they see the kind of people who are around you and they don't like that. So they want to snatch your righteous trajectory. And this just came in. Look at the 233 number. That's Ghana. And this is worldwide, y'all. And I'm not advertising for them. But look how they say it. Proof is in the pudding. As soon as I went live, here we come. It's 6 minutes after. We came through 5 minutes after I went live. And this is the kind of thing you get bombarded with. See, this is not going to take me off of the topic. This is pretty much going to push me into the thought that I had to speak on today, because like the title says, was it really worth it in the end? This foolishness, when they try to dangle in front of your face, looking for fame, power, and protection. Exactly, Sister Oyala. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not all that, but I get bombarded with these things in America. Here, there are people who are here who are with that stuff that I know face to face, that I peeped it, and they want to come around you and they want to invite you places. Let's just be real with this. This jump started me. I got up out of my chair. I was laying back in the sun. Now I'm pacing back and forth, but it's a good thing. Ain't there something? I just made up this particular show and wanted to talk about this, but here they come with that. So they didn't know I was going to make this show, because I didn't know I was going to make this show 30 minutes ago. I just punched it in, put it on Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, a couple of Facebook pages, a couple of YouTube pages, wherever else I put it. And like that. So they had this kind of stuff ready. I'm not saying it's just for me, because they go after other people, but I'll tell you one thing. And any Ghanaian who lives here will not be insulted by what I say. But there are a lot of Ghanaians out here who feel, and many who are here in the motherland do not think that everybody here, I don't even want to use the word conscious. I want to really, I'm going to use it again, but I'm going to have to smack myself and train myself not to use it. Because what do you mean by that, right? But there are a lot of people who are not on a higher vibration of awareness. They're not aware. They're like maggots. I'm not saying any one race or any one country. I'm backing off of that Ghanaian statement. Is this somebody here who, hold on. Lee! Wait a second. Let me see who this is that came here. I got to take you with me, because I don't know if she. Yeah, anybody here? Who's here? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, now it's almost by cue now. I got to run inside because it's starting to rain. This is not going to stop anything. I just have to get my electronics out of the way. Just give me a second with this key. That jump started me. I'm just going to lay down in the bed when I get inside. All right. Okay. This chair is waterproof, so it's just going to have to get wet, and we're good. It's not going to be a heavy storm. It's just something light. I don't want to drop anything to get in this phone. So bear with me, y'all. All right, we're good. No, it's starting to come down raining, so I'm coming inside. Yeah. That way I can relax and still talk to my family here. All right. Riri, Shelly K-Sign. Did I acknowledge everybody? Let me see. Oyala, Master Glam, Sharina Lofton. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, let me just take this down because you already saw it. And this kind of goes into what I was saying. Will it even matter in the end? Really and truly. And this is not a doom and gloom thing, like I said. It's just that I put that image back there to give you a visual. Now, we're not going to be underground in our true essence. We're going on to something else. But that reality from this end is coming. Doesn't mean you have to live in fear. It should jumpstart you to move a little faster, go a little harder, to leave a legacy, to make things better for those coming behind us. You see what I mean? That's where I'm coming from. So let me get back in the comment section and just start this back. Melisha, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me kick back and let's just talk. Got a nice view outside. I'm on the bed. I'm good. The breeze is feeling good. But you saw that came through. And that was on Facebook. That was not on YouTube because I'm broadcasting across multiple platforms. But as soon as 5 minutes, here they come. And I'm going to say it the street way. They want my ass bad. They want to have me connected to them. And again, I'm saying this from a very humble place because there's a lot of things that go down that many people out here don't know about. Am I a millionaire? No. Hell, I don't even think I'm a thousandaire right about now. But the bottom line is it's not always about that. If you can have some kind of influence, like they said, if you're an artist, a doctor, or whatever, they want you to have influence so that, or a politician, so that they can benefit. And even if this is some quackery, if this is some person making this up and putting it out there, which I doubt, because they have different factions of those groups, the secret handshake boys out here that replicate what you know in America. They have many groups out here and it's layered. You don't know who. So the only way is if you know somebody for a very long time and know a lot about them, or you've been vibing for a couple of years and you see the consistency in their movement. But other than that, these people that come up to you and smile and they kind of, I had a guy on the bus when I was driving the bus out in Orlando, Florida. This guy came on the bus and he tried to play like he knew me before. So he brought up a fake name. I said, no, I'm not that guy. This guy was well dressed. He was around my age. And I noticed a particular ring that he had on his finger. So I already knew what time it was with him and his personal life. So he stood there and continued to make small talk with me. And he wasn't being intrusive, trying to ask anything specific. But we didn't wear name tags on the bus or nothing. Nobody called my name or anything. But when he got off, after trying to set me up to talk about myself, and I was on point where I knew what he was doing, I kept changing the subject or deflecting a little bit. So when he left, he said, okay, Lance, I'd love for you to call me later on. Here's my card. I saw the symbols on it. I saw the degrees on it. But when he left and said, I will see you, Lance, that made me realize that he was sent. Because where he got on, it was like there was nothing around there. So he had to walk to go to no man's land if he was catching a bus. And where he got off, it was almost like he had a car parked somewhere around the corner that he was going to hop in. And so when I checked him out on his card, his Facebook pages and stuff, I saw the group that he was in and what he was all about. Why? Why? Why do these people want to have you join up with them? And they want to make it seem like it's so nice, and they want to use the lure of power, fame, and control, when we should be ascending on a level beyond this earth, so that when we're not here, in the physical, in the body, that we'll be better off. I'm so over the pursuits of this world. I'm so over a lot of things. I do what I do here on social media because this is what I do, but and it was always that. It was never where I'm gonna get famous, I'm gonna get control, I'm gonna get all this money. It was never I was never driven that way. Anybody who knows me knows I started out as an artist, drawing pictures on paper and putting them up and then writing a little bit. I rocked that way for a long time. See? So it was never like I know what it's like to get attention. It's not worth it. Like, how is it affecting the world around you? How are you influencing the people around you for the better? Can you leave a legacy that continues on to affect people after you're gone from the physical? That's my thing. Can I continue feeding my children with wisdom long after I'm gone, and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren? A bomb might drop on the YouTube headquarters and erase all the videos people have been making over the years. What would I do? Cry? No. The energy and the effectiveness from the conversations that we've had over the years will still be imprinted in the hearts and souls of people who will live on. I'm not concerned about having it attached to my name where, oh, yes, he's a famous. No, I don't care about that. That is like right now, the more and more I see so many of us running this thing down. Like we spoke of narcissism yesterday, and we're going to speak about it if Madam Whipbass comes on today. But all week we're going to speak on that, running down this thought that we're so important and we're so this and we're so that. You can lose your life anytime. As a matter of fact, I'm on the phone right now, but after this show, whenever it ends, it could be 30 minutes, could be 10 hours. You all know me. This morning, when I woke up, the electricians had come to look after some things because you'll know we're still working on the house. We're living here, but we're working on it. Better than staying another year in an apartment, have to make a commute back, make a commute up. Look, we have to do no commutes. We can stay right here. Only when we have to go in the city and pick things up, different things that we go and come back. But we can be up here for a whole week and not have to come out. I like that better. So they came, Mrs. SCURV let them in, and they were down there talking. So she called to me because she knew that there were specific things that I wanted to talk to them about. So I came downstairs and he was telling me, one of the electricians, the head electrician, it was him and his helper, that on the other side of the mountain, there's a place that we can pay our light bill, our electric bill, closer and more effective because they have an app you can go through, but it's not fully operational in the system yet. And they have a smart meter here and everything like that. So he said, listen, he said, I just woke up, right? I told him what I had to tell him. And he said, listen, I can take you over there to show you where the place is at. I said, cool. You know, you'll bring me back? Because I just woke up. I don't want to wake up not feeling, I don't like to go outside if I don't shave it. But at this time I did because it was quick and he was driving me. So he went outside and all of a sudden I see them throwing rocks at the wall. I didn't come out yet. I went to put on my shoes. And they're throwing rocks at the wall. There are plants there. And I'm looking like, what the hell are they doing? It was a snake slithering through the plants that were in the front. Because we have some in grow bags. And anybody who knows a grow bag, it's a bag, a big cloth thingy. You put dirt in it. And you plant your plants there. You can put it out on your fire escape. You can have it in an actual garden to start off. Your plants good without as many bugs and things bothering it, chewing away in it. So we have a whole lot of them in the front. And it was a snake. And it was a sizable snake. It wasn't as fat as other snakes, but this particular type of snake, I realized what it was, and they realized what it was. There was a python out there, a python, y'all. And it wasn't a tiny snake, but it wasn't the biggest. But they do get big. They do get huge. This is Africa, y'all. See, we don't have that wall up yet around. We got to get that wall up. We have to do certain things. There's certain plants you can put out there that turn them away. I don't go outside back there. You know, you'll have seen the backyard. It's pitch black back there. I'm not walking around back there unless we have it lit up and walled off, and with everything we have a walkways will eventually make. So they killed it, and I took some video and I took some pictures of it. I will put it up in the community section here so you can see it. So I'm thinking about the spiritual connotations, like, okay, what does this mean on the spiritual? I know there's snakes around me. I know that they're, these snakes are one thing, but if I got bit by that thing, what do you got, like 30 minutes to live or something like that? It's a heck of a thought. Well, anyway, that was a sign for me, on the spiritual level, even though we have snakes all the way around. So we came back, and I was still deep in thought about this particular topic, because the human race, HUMAN and HUE-MAN, some of us, we're going off track, and we don't realize how brief this experience is. So many people will say that this is a simulation. And I could believe that. We get into these bodies and we go for this ride. And we're eternal beings. So the 80, 90, 100 years plus that we live is nothing. You come out of it and it's like, oh, wow, that was a cool ride. So why are we not trying to figure out the puzzle of this life? Why are we going after all of these things that just don't damn matter? In this simulation, right? We have everybody on the brink of war, the whole planet. And I'm looking at the map and the globe of the whole world. And I still have to find that video that I keep mentioning, where it was an excellent breakdown on what was going on in the world today, who the allies are, who is in cahoots with others, who has influence, who has the resources, that they have the real power. It's just so much jockey, and so much in this world is on the brink. But at the same time, because this is a simulation and the evil entities feast on our fear, what do we have to worry about? Really? Because we're all out of here at some point. This is an experience. Let's not forget. Let's not forget that we don't have to get caught up in the race for power and control and fame. What is that really? Leave a legacy for those who come into the suits of this simulation behind you in the form of your children, your family, your loved ones, your inner circle, your community. Even when I look at what they call the American African Black community, a lot of us are so off in our endeavors, claiming to be in a fight for us. Yes, I'm in a fight for us. Pass the offering plate, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. That's the digital offering plate, y'all. And a lot of us are just not even effective. First of all, a lot of us out here don't even have the damn intention of doing anything for their people. They don't even have the intention. It's just a hustle. And they look at other people who are in the hustle and go, oh, I can do that too. Give me money. Get out of here. It's sickening. So that's why I don't even seem as intense. I get pissed off and talk some things, but there's certain basic truths that we should already know. We should already know. Are we going to sit here in this simulation called life on this level and just rah our life away? Look at the change and metamorphosis that Malcolm X went through in his life, to use him as an example. And there's so many countless others that we can speak on, whether they're famous or it's somebody that we know personally that went through a great change for the positive. But let's just use Malcolm X. Malcolm X went from being a guy who was wayward, using drugs, home invasions, hustles, pimping, whatever it took, hanging out in the nightclubs, looking for the next hustle. Had the white girls that went into the white neighborhoods to go case the joint. You know, they had that little cleavage showing. The old white man let them in. Oh, you want to use the bathroom? Come on in. And they cased the joint. And Malcolm X and his buddies coming later on. So he went from the lowest to the epitome, especially for a black man in that time. And I'm not saying it's about money, but it's a damn shame that that man gave so much of his life and he died penniless and broke. So much for the people that he was thinking of when he wanted to make our plight a global issue and take it to the United Nations. He was doing all that hard work, meeting leaders of countries and traveling and evolved beyond what started him out. And he was operating on fumes. And look at us today. He gave so much of a sacrifice. He could have turned around and just been a businessman and made money and didn't think nothing about black people, like so many of these people with the secret handshakes that don't give a damn about us. Want to pull us into their foolishness, wanting to offer us fame and power and control. So that means they have people in position that on cue can give you this if you submit to what they want. But what do they want? They want your soul. So that means that's something that you can sign away? I'm confused. But you know what? I ain't doing nothing like that. Even if people think, oh, I'll sign my soul away. It's no problem because they can't have it anyway. You don't know what is out here. There are layers and layers and layers and layers. And just like I was stepping out the door, about to step out the door, and they said, no, don't open the door. The snake is near the door. What if they weren't there? What if I got bit this morning by a python and you found out what happened to LANCESCURV? Some will laugh, some will feel bad. Some will say, yeah, well, serve him right. He ain't have no drama all these years. You just never know, y'all. But what I say, after it's all said and done, will it even matter in the end? The actions that we take, the things that we do, the things that we pursue. I don't know if you saw or heard, because it's audio and then different people have done different renditions on it, but if I sound like I'm cuddling down, I'm in the bed, so I'm relaxed. I'm real relaxed. But there was a Instagram, Facebook, YouTube video that's going around, and it's by different people, but the words are exactly the same. And basically it's saying, will it matter 100 years from now? Everything that we do, will it matter 100 years from now? Like they say, okay, 2023, 2123. He said, the majority of us will not be here on this earth. The majority of us will have transitioned. And as much as in your inner circles and your degree, and this is, I'm using my words. Yeah, I could play it over or whatever, but I'm gonna use my words to describe it. As much influence as you have, all right, as much notoriety as you have in this world, okay, like, say you're real famous, okay, say you're just a person who's known in the neighborhood, you got family across town, and you know people love you and whatever, but by that time, 100 years from now, most of us will be gone. Your children will probably still be here, much older, depending on the ages. Your grandchildren, if you have some, they pretty much will be here maybe, but they'll have children, great-grandchildren. We don't know what's happening until they may wipe everybody out. But the more influence and power and fame you have, the more you might last a little longer because your name is out there more, the less, but it's eventually going to overtake everybody. 100 years from now, nobody will be mentioning your name. So why are people fighting so hard to want to go viral? So they get their name out there. I want to grab the podium and be the one to tell the truth and bedazzle you with my words and get standing ovations and lots of likes and lots of followers and go on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and I'm going to get all this stuff, but you haven't healed yourself from the inside. You haven't dealt with the cards that you were handed from that deck of life. We all are wallowing in dysfunction. Some of us more than others and some of us less. But the bottom line is we haven't even untangled the knots in our life. Now look at that. The sun done came out and the rain's gone. I'm good right here. I ain't getting up. I'll go out there later on. But we're looking outward and we're working so hard to appear to be a certain way to the world instead of actually hunkering down in the simulation. Because see, what's around us is the illusion. What we feel inside is the real thing. So as we move to this illusion, we can become a part of it and dress ourselves up to fit in, to fool the other ones who are in this simulation. But the shitty stuff on the inside, the poison, the dysfunctions, all of those things, when we step out of the simulation, are still here. The simulation makes it more difficult to look within. So the trick is to keep you distracted. So when you come back out, you didn't get nothing done. I'm hip to that game now more so than ever before. So this is why I'm more on cruise control with the stuff I do and just want to do deeper, more meaningful things. I don't want to rah. Like it, share it, subscribe. You know the language of YouTube and social media. To me, this is like a free phone call to a whole lot of people that's perpetual after I hang it up and it becomes a video. And this is a way of life now. This is how we do things. I understand that. It's a cool thing. I understand that. But I'm really not caught up in it anymore like that. Really not. And I see grown folks who are so intoxicated with it. It's a good business thing. Like if you want to sell a book or a course or, you got things you want to do. But so many people that I know have worked so hard for internet fame and they're gone. Some never paid it no mind and they're gone. My friend Maureen, who passed away, and I mentioned her on a good part of one of my shows, she didn't give a damn about the internet. Pretty much, she had a Facebook page and didn't even show maybe one or two pictures. I'm not taking credit, but if it wasn't for me, all these people wouldn't be calling her name. I had to put it out there, the appreciation for who she was in life. She didn't care about being nondescript to the internet world and making her subscribers go up, and she didn't care about that. I got to find it. We did a show together. We did a conversation together. I couldn't tell you how to find that because we didn't use her real name. But she got out of this simulation without getting caught up in that. There were other things that she was working on. And I hope that she got to a point where she leaves here better off than when she came in. But those are the things that we should be focused on. Improving ourselves from within. And who am I to say? I got a lot of things I have to improve on. So I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here holier than thou and trying to preach to everybody. I come out here just as much as a jacked up person more than anybody else. I'm just as jacked up. If you're jacked up in some kind of way, I'm jacked up too. I have all kinds of idiosyncrasies and hang-ups and different things. I'm no different than nobody else, but I'm not going to polish myself up and try to present to you I'm so perfect. I'm comfortable with mine in the fact that I have them line up to shoot down as time goes on. Okay, I know I got this phobia, I got this hang-up, but I know why I have them. The messed up part is when you have them and don't know why. You're not even trying to improve yourself. So will it really matter in the end with all the other stuff? How many people look at Howard Hughes? I don't know if he got to billionaire status, but he had airports and flew planes and did some acting, and he was just across the board. You got to look at his story toward the end. Look at the story toward the end. And I vaguely remember it, but I know that he was so scared of germs. This guy had, I mean, this guy had money and money, money, money. And he died. He had this long hair, long fingernails. He was old and was up in his house, and he was scared of germs. And it was crazy how he had so much and succumbed to these things that he did not defeat from within. So money, can money buy? What? What can money buy? We need it in the matrix, in this engineered system. Of course we need it. I'm trying to live in a way where I don't need as much. It's a victory for me to hold on to some of it that I have and not to spend it up as much. I may have to make a run out in a little while and spend some, and I don't mind doing that. But I don't want to be caught up in that like so many people, man. Just running the rat race over and over and over. And we're just, again, I'm not saying if you have a job and you're working hard, but it just, the repetition of it all. Work hard, work hard, work hard, and you die. I didn't come into this simulation with nature as a choice to get caught up in the engineered thing. I was born into it. We didn't know. But the more and more we live, we realize something's wrong. Because like they say, hard work will bring you places. Hard work will make you wealthy. Hard work. But for all the hardworking people who are busting out doubles, well, I worked 8 hours, I want to do another 8. Get less sleep, but I'll have lots of money in the end of the day. The hardest working people oftentimes don't have a damn thing. They may have an extra set of toys or trinkets that they can't even enjoy because they have to leave them home while they go back to that plantation. I don't understand it. Or, I mean, I do understand it. I didn't understand it before. So that's why for the longest time I wanted to just get up out of that game and enjoy the good side of the simulation. But not have it in my head that if I do this over and over, I'll get this. And look at the famous people that you know. Since that little Facebook message to me that I showed you earlier in the show, it talked about fame, power, and control. If that really appeals to you, really and truly, that you're going to contact these people because at the end of the day, you want fame, power, and control. So you already know that you have to give something up. Nothing comes for free like that. And what do you have to give up? Some of you young ladies, you're gorgeous. You're shapely. You're beautiful. And some strange man comes up to you and says, yes, I want to take you to a restaurant tonight. I'm going to take you to the concert. And then we're going to go back for another dinner. This joker has got lust in his eyes. And you're going to have to give something up. It doesn't come like that, free. There's always checks and balances. Now, if you have someone in your inner circle who looks out for you or loves you or has pure intentions, yes. But there's always a price to pay. We say, well, what's the catch? What's the catch here? What do I have to do to get all of this? Oh, man, now it's really looking nice outside. Let me look here. You're right. Oh, yeah. That 5 minutes of fame, please. Rancid. Wow. Matthew White, Kofi. Yes. Yeah. Up in the mountains, it is dangerous to snakes. I'm going to put a picture of the snake up here on YouTube in the community section. And I'm also going to put it on LANCESCURV.com with the corresponding post of this particular show. And I just put it down there. I think I took a little video also. And also, like I said, I'll watch my back. Yeah. Snakes. Eros. Yeah, Howard Hughes. What a mess. Man, it is more beautiful than it ever was. Look at the sun. oh man, I gotta get out there. I do have to make a run. I do want to make it in the sun. And like I said, when Madam Whip-Ass or Brother Issa hits me back later on, we can get on because they want to have some things to share. And if they don't, I'll still come back. But really and truly, focus on the things that are important. Focus on the things that matter. Focus on the things that will still carry on after you leave this simulation, this ride on the amusement park of eternity. Do something that will last and carry on in the hearts of people that you touch in your inner circle and outer circle, depending, your family, and just account for something. Because like that thing said, 100 years from now, who's going to remember you? Who's going to call your name? Who's going to remember an accomplishment? That's not to discourage anybody. That's to say, hey, do what's right. Do what's effective. Because for the most part, we're not going to be remembered like that. 500 years from now, who might remember Muhammad Ali? Pretty much he has a great shot at that, right? As people will follow sports. What happens if the world changes and we don't have sports anymore? Again, look at the world the way it is now. And we're more distracted. We're more under the mind control of so many different things, which doesn't mean you have to every day turn on the enemy's news and start fretting. No, we're not going to feed the enemy, the spiritual enemy, with fear walking around, but we still have to keep our eyes on things. Because these things that we say, well, it's not my fight. Yeah, it's not your fight. But you can still get punched in the face. You know what I mean? Meaning that the things that they do, we need to be aware on how to combat any bad position that we're put in. And so, again, I'm not going to do like the fear mongering or these conspiracy theory channels, but if you can, keep a little extra water, buy some extra things that you can bottle up and oats and raisins and dried things and nuts and things that can sustain you. I'm not saying go out and spend $1 million that you might not have, but these weeks coming up every day, make sure if you live in a cold climate, make sure to try to get a hold of a sleeping bag that you can warm up on body heat. You know what I mean? Like that. Little things. I'm not going to say totally become this person. I'm going to buy 5 years of dehydrated military food. No, I'm not saying do that. But put a little extra on the home front. Be prepared. Be prepared spiritually. Feed yourself spiritually. Put some things in your mind. The algorithms of social media can be like a noose around our necks, choking us off. Because look, let's just make something up. If you like baking cakes, and you watch a lot of videos that show you recipes and different ways of doing things and decorating cakes and the process of all this stuff, things you didn't know, you're going to get more things showing you, more videos popping up from different creators to let you know, hey, there's more stuff that you can check out in your hobby of baking cakes. But that's like a noose around your neck because it's not going to share with you something that is off the beaten path in your life. It's going to keep feeding you the same old thing, and you don't expand your horizons, and you're mentally choked off because you like that thing, but we need to go and investigate the state of what's going on in the world and in different areas. So we get into a state of retardation in our own little limited mindsets where there's nothing wrong with having that hobby, but it keeps you in a place of suspended animation. And really, as far as your thoughts go, that's as far as your world is. If all I could think about was going down around the corner or peeping at the people next door, then that's my whole world. I'm not going to expand. I'm going to become stagnant. I'm going to move in a maggot-like way because I'm just feasting on the same old. I'm not picking up a book to read about something different or go to a different website. Challenge yourself. And as you go through your day and you see different things, you hear different things, go home and Google that. Ask questions of Google. I mean, the internet is not Satan. It could be if you don't use it the right way. But empower yourself to expand your mind, because this thing is like a noose around your neck. And I try to cut the noose every day. I'm online every day, looking for things to talk about, seeing angles of certain things, whatever. And it's a fabulous thing, but you have to know how not to get caught up in it. It's like quicksand. You go and step on in some quicksand and see what happens. It sucks you down. It corrals off your mind. We have all of this stuff at our fingertips, and yet we don't utilize it. Back in the day, if I wanted to read books and look at articles, I had to pick up and go to the library. It was pouring down rain, and I had to go and walk to the library. It was a blizzard, and it was snow, and I had a book report to do for the next week in school. I still had to go to that library. And we got that information. And guess what? It was never up to date. Say you had a celebrity that died 3 years ago, but you pull up a book on him, and he was born in 1917. And you know he died 3 years ago. You'll still see that 1917 and then a dash, like he's still alive. Now it's like the minute a person draws their last breath and they have a modicum of fame, it goes around the world so fast. I mean, there are things that happen that even when we don't check our phones or check our computers, we don't even know. I didn't know so-and-so died 7 hours ago. It's hours now. It's not even days. We're not in the horse and buggy days anymore where we would have to write a letter that didn't even get to the destination until about maybe the next month. Imagine that before the telephone. You living somewhere way up in New York City, and you got family down in Texas, way out in the country, and somebody passes away, and now they gotta mail a letter. How long does it take for that letter to get up to New York? Now, the more recent it is, the faster it is, but maybe a month, I don't know, 2 weeks. You walking around thinking about your family member who's already put it in the ground, then you get the letter. Can't even go to the funeral. And that's something. But we have all this stuff at our fingertips right now. And I'm not saying this to throw off on anybody, but so many of us are just as stupid as can be. We got colleges at our fingertips. You may not get the degree if you just study independently, but if you sign up for a course, not that that's the way, right? But you can get all that stuff without even leaving the house. And we're just as stupid as ever. Just as ignorant as ever, just as hedonistically driven to get into things that don't even matter. And the thing is, like I said, will it even matter in the end? Will it? Oh, that's the ambulance going up the road. I don't know if you could hear that. It's pretty loud. Yes, thank you, Riri. I try to always talk about some things here and there, and I like to keep it close. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be some spectacular presentation. Like I said, I'm laying in the bed, looking out the window, relaxed. I just wanted to talk. The thought just hit my mind. Took my little banner and put a little picture back there, threw some words on the bottom. No biggie. We're here talking. We got to encourage each other. Even if we don't see each other face to face or never talk to each other over the phone, you know, we can talk, we can have jokes, we can have fun. We cracked a lot of jokes on that Jada Pinkett Will Smith show, but at the end of the day, it ended up being something really serious, and I like that. So people think, oh, you're going to Hollywood gossip now, are you? No, but there's things in the real life that we have to talk about, and these are the examples of what not to do. We can talk about that. You know, you don't have to be, oh, no, I'm this righteous, conscious black man, and I shun all of those things. We in the world, man. We need to know how to deal with what's around us and still walk that path. And ain't none of us perfect. You know what I mean? Ain't none of us perfect. You know, but we can perfect ourselves. See, we can get better. Even if we don't get better a whole lot each single day. My favorite word, y'all, incrementally. A tiny bit. Just make sure to have a tiny bit, make yourself better that much every day, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? But we out here, man, and there's so many deceptive people. We just don't know. We can't be paranoid, but we got to cling to those who we know to be real, because there's a lot of deception out here and layers of it. You know. But this world, the way it is, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Just keep yourself prepared on the home front, and don't give up too much fear to this world. You know, there's going to be that point where, you know, it's going to be some, and hopefully not. It can all be staged to keep us in a place of fear big time. And maybe that too, you know. But things do happen, you know. Even the way it's happening in different wars in different places in the world, we know, you know, those people that Kanye West had a problem with, that U.S. is pledged to always protect. Why does the U.S. always like want to be the police of the whole damn world? Why don't the U.S. mind their own damn business? Why don't the U.S. take the money they're giving away to all these wars to fund all of these wars and turn it in on America? You ain't got no money for reparations, but you got money for Ukraine. You got money for them people that Kanye West had a problem with. You want to be bothered with Iran right now? Iran? Syria? China letting you know don't touch Taiwan? Russia giving you the side eye and got stuff all up and down the East Coast ready to shoot at you? Come on, man. Mind your own business. Mind your business. You're not better than anybody else on the planet. Everybody has a right to live and make their own decisions and even F up and get in the wars and win or lose. Stop poking your damn self-righteous nose in everybody's business. When you don't have the power, now you may have some machinery, but you don't have the people to operate it. That's why they want to bring back the draft. And guess who's going to be on the front line of that draft? Us. Because we need jobs. And they're going to promise us all kind of things. But will it matter in the end? To be used as a pawn. For me, for the rest of my life, seriously, I'm going to work hard doing the things that I do, and I'm looking forward to putting pen to paper with the art and all that stuff, right? I'm not looking for no fame from it. I'm just going to do what it is I'm supposed to do until it's my time to leave out of this simulation. And I'm going to chill. I'll do shows every day. That's no problem. But I'm just going to chill. I'm not grinding at the gears for anything right now. This world, this man-made world, I'm not looking for anything from it. You know, nothing at all. It's not worth it. You get to the age that you're at, you might be older than me, you might be younger than me, but after a while, you see the repetitious game that's being played on us. It makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not giving my energy to that. I just want to be still. I just want to be quiet. And I just want to do my downloads. And it's a lovely existence when you think that way. I sound like I'm trying to fall asleep. Let me check the chat here. Yes. You're right, Riri. Fame is lame. Riri said, America KKK, funding all these immigrants as well as if we don't exist. I have no problem with immigrants, but they don't get priority over citizens. Damn right. Damn right. But that's to let you know how you stand. So that's why we need to, those of us who are aware, I'm not going to say, oh, blah, blah, I'm not nobody's savior. If Marcus Garvey couldn't do it, Malcolm X couldn't do it, Martin Luther King Jr. in his own way, he got smart toward the end, but I was never one to, you know, I'll give him his credit, but he got smart in the end. They snuffed him. They snuffed their own. Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, come on, y'all. They character assassinate a person now. But I mean, still, you know, we know John F. Kennedy was doing stuff and both them brothers were hitting Marilyn Monroe, but they didn't have the gossip blogs on the internet that we have right now. Bill Clinton getting hit in the White House. Look, I'm not defending him. I'm not immoral. You know, I had my decadent fun when I was younger. But check this out. Do you blame him? I'm not condoning him. He's a man. There's an understudy or some intern or whatever, and she's got all this lipstick on. He's not a man of any high moral value. So what do you expect? You have a plate of food on your table, and you leave your dog in the house long enough and leave that plate of food, leave all kind of meat that dogs like, and have to run out real quick. You put a little napkin over the food so no fly lands on it. That food is gone. You go out, you get caught in the traffic jam, get a fender bender, you out for a couple of hours and that dog is hungry. That dog gonna eat that food. You gonna be mad at him for that? With this carnal man who has deleted lots of people that he's dealt with, and his wife, you know, Hillary, she's not really in the men anyway. We know that. It is what it is. So these people that they call leaders, are they so righteous? Nobody said they had high moral value. They only act that way when they're making a speech. These people are straight KILLERSs. They don't give a damn. They're intoxicated by the power and the control. They smile and give the political face when they want, but they don't care. So we got to play by the rules of the game. Some of us acting all patriotic. This place, America, don't care about us. I love my people there, but I can't stand the system. The land didn't do nothing to nobody, but this land over here is more beautiful than anything else. And this system here is corrupt, to be honest. The people here are intoxicated with religion and going to America. It's a lot of things I have to isolate myself from here. Like I said in the beginning when I started the show, before that Illuminati stuff popped up on my Facebook, that they're just as much frauds out here. And they really believe the okie doke. And a lot who come from over in the West where we are in America, they come out here, a lot of them are clowns too. Came out here first, used to do all kind of events and different things. And I'm going to start that up soon, another couple weeks, for my own purposes to show you. But I'm not looking to, oh, let me rub elbows and get these connections and get this. Nah, I won't even say nothing. But if I could say what I know, I'm just glad to be able to relax, to untangle and loosen the knots that are in me that needed to be loosened, either dysfunctions or different little hang-ups. We all have them, large and small. Work on yourself. Don't let this simulation drag you into something that is not going to be worth it to you at the end of the day. It's not worth it. It really is not worth it. You know? It's, I'm going to get ready to sign off. Is anything, yeah, crack in the White House. Pizza, yeah, exactly. You know, as above, so below. You know, I just wanted to share a little bit of time with you today. And over there, like, okay, right now it's 2:29. So on the East Coast, it should be 10:29. So I know within the next few hours, I'll get the call from at least Madam Whitbass or Issa Muhammad. We've been talking every day. He's like, Brother Lance, I'm going to get on later on. I'm like, okay. It's like, oh man, I gotta cancel. You know, he's running for Congress in Florida. And so I know he's real busy, and he's finding out so much stuff. And I have other people, and I'm not going to say he is, and you know, but I have other people who are informants. I got my own sort of inside people all over the place, more or less, that share stuff with me, but I won't bring their names up. And I'm not saying Issa is, but he just, because of his positioning, he's exposed to a lot. So he has a lot of ways of tying things in from what he knows, from his positioning, and just historically, because you know he's a history professor. He's been out there for decades. And this guy, you know, really a wise man. Every time we speak, it's always something edifying and empowering, but also insightful that lets us know, got to keep your eyes open, question everything, peel back the layers. Don't trust in anything just on plain sight, you know? So anyway, thank you, Clarissa. It was just Impromptu. I didn't know where I was going with it. Just that's my feeling. That was the thought. Will it even matter in the end? We can make things matter in the end. Seriously. But let's work on what's real and not get caught up in the simulation and waste the time that we have here. That when we come out of this thing and realize, man, this was just an experience on our way to eternity. But we got to correct the things in ourselves, our loved ones, pass on some good words, some good lessons, pursue the things that are righteous. Sure, if you want to go grab a drink, I'm not mad at you. You got somebody that's in your life and you enjoy an orgasm, enjoy it. Get a good one in. You know what I mean? I'm not mad for those things. If you're a vegan and you happen to have a piece of chicken one night, don't jump off the bridge. You wanted a piece of chicken. So what? Will it even matter in the end of this simulation? So don't be too hard on yourselves. Don't drop the guard too much either. Live life, enjoy it. Do not let fear creep up in your subconscious mind, no matter what is happening in the world. Whatever will happen, will happen. Things are going to happen. But right now, you have an internet connection, which means you paid your internet bill. You got other things going on. Hopefully, you have some food in the fridge. You got a free day or not, with free time. Just take the scenic route sometime. Inhale and smell the roses. Do something for somebody. Motivate somebody. Uplift somebody. Do something good for what's around you. You get back what you throw out. We learn that every year with the tax return, right? The more they take, the more they're going to bring back. Now, we don't want people taking stuff from us, but we want to give righteously. Because when that time comes, you'll think back and wonder, was it all worth it? And will it even matter in the end? Yes, it will matter. Let's just do the right thing, y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all a lot. Anyway, let me find a piece of music here or something to play. I'm on my phone. I don't want to hit the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Like I said, even if no one else comes back on later on, because, folks are busy. I understand that. If they don't, I'll be back on and maybe just get by the equipment and have the good sound come through, open the mic up for people, and we'll enjoy it that way. You know what I mean? So we're going to have some fun. So let me hit this up. And this way I sound when I'm in the bed. I'm real relaxed, y'all. Anyway, take care, y'all. Have a wonderful day so far. It's the morning on the East Coast and even earlier on the West Coast. And for me, it's 2:33. So I have less than 3.5 hours before it gets dark. So let me get myself going over here, okay? Take care, everybody. Much love. Much love.
Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia, and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. America, we were living in the east. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the worst, most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise. On his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell.